Welcome everyone to another edition of Football 101. I'm your host Joshua Di Matos and I'm joined by Jeremy Bridgenat, David Lucky and Nikolai Madrid. We all know it's Champions League Tuesday, but you can check out a new edition of Football 101 every Thursday at 9 p.m. And that show is going to be all about Champions League. This show we're going to be highlighting Premier League, La Liga and Serie A. So guys, a lot of talking points as per usual. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Everybody ready?
Yeah.
All right, first game we're going to deal with Manchester City versus Tottenham. To me, when I saw that game, I just assumed 3 points Manchester City. Being a United fan, Tottenham has some games in hand on United. So I was hoping that this would have been one of the games that they would have gotten 0 points, maybe a draw, but they got 3 points. And I don't think anyone, I don't even think Conte saw this coming.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it was a fantastic show on their part, especially on Kane's part. You know, definitely I would say, tear them to shreds. The link-ups were excellent, definitely good pace. One thing I wanted to touch on too, I mean, even though they didn't come up with the win, Ilkay Gundogan always puts on a fantastic performance, somewhat of an underrated and overlooked player in terms of Pep, I just find that, he definitely deserves more play. Every time he steps on the field, he's always magical.
But how often it is that Son and Kane pays off and rattles Pep and throws them off of the game?
Because like you said, this is the second time this season Tottenham actually did the double over Manchester City. The first game of the season actually was Tottenham versus City.
And like David was saying, Kane was basically showing his talent and basically showing everybody showing everybody what was going on.
What I missed out on.
Exactly. He is that product that they were going to spend the money on, and this is why he with that amount of money and who else to play for than the club. And like you said, this is the first time he played since the big deal was supposed to come true. So
you could say a mediocre season thus far, but people are saying this is probably his best performance as a striker. Yeah. So
but I mean, credit to Tottenham, but Manchester City played too high in this game. If you ask me, I thought that they dug a hole for themselves. I
mean, I would tend to this. I mean, okay, so City always tends to play a high line, but at the end of the day, that's the entrapment that they try to put. They give everybody a sense of force of security that they can, but they have the men and the legs to get back when they need to. It's just, it was just a brilliant ball on Harry Kane's part to really unsettle them,
And then Conte as well. He's a coach that likes to absorb pressure and then hit you on the counter as well. He's no stranger to that type of football, and he knows how to exploit, especially he knows how to get the better of Pep here and there now.
Yeah, but if you ask me, Pep was supposed to be prepared for this. He knows his opponent.
He was somewhat prepared because at a point in time in this game, it was 90% possession to Manchester City. They were running the ball.
Two of those goals came from the wide.
Yep,
This is where we draw it back down to, it was all down to the individual brilliance of Kane just showing up on the day to show everybody that I'm still here.
It's literally, you were saying this before, Nikolai, that whole play between Son and Kane, that is quote-unquote a Conte play, definitely. He draw the line, he literally draw the last man in, cut that ball back in, and it was just Son to do the rest.
Yeah. Well, as we're talking about Kane and Son, I have a little question for you all. So, Kane and Son, they are now level on 36 for most goal combinations in the Premier League. Take a guess who they're tied with.
I'm guessing nobody from Chelsea.
Actually, there is somebody from Chelsea, so I'm giving you a clue there. So let's see the Chelsea man, if you would know.
Let's
think of midfielder, striker, combination goals.
Midfielder,
Drogba,
striker, combination goals.
Yep, Drogba and Lampard, yeah. They're tied for 36.
You don't know his side.
I thought you meant for this
How much time they
I thought you meant for this season.
It's a record for the entire Premier League.
Trip me up and make me look like a Manchester. All right, no problem. Cool.
Bargainist.
I think we could definitely say it's not Lukaku and Kante, for sure.
Right? Anyway, we'll get that.
But yeah, and one thing that really stood out in this game, other than the result, is the fact that there is a title race on. Manchester City dropping points and Liverpool gaining points. They had their game versus Norwich City. They came away victors by 3-1. They actually went behind in the first half, but they came back. Salah on the score sheet with a beautiful goal. Mane on the score sheet as well. New boy Diaz on the score sheet as well. And guys, there's a title race on. Literally, it's about 3 points
Exactly,
gap now.
and it goes to show that, these guys are back in the Liverpool squad, you know, Mane, Sané, after the AFCON Cup, you know, they're back inside.
And it's like Liverpool never missed them.
No, exactly, and especially with the new signing, you see how important it is for these teams, especially you talk about the cities, you talk about the Liverpool. It's about squad rotation and having players that can fill the position whenever they have.
And as you say, squad rotation, Liverpool have 16 different goal scorers this season. That just shows you.
Exactly, and when you look at City's side too, they don't have an out-and-out striker, so the goals come from everywhere. It's about playing the formation and the fluidity of the football, and that's what these two teams have. And like you say, Josh, it's a title race open.
Yeah, I guess it just shows you how like lethal they are in all facets of the side. You know, at the end of the day, you know, as you say, there's a title race going on. You know, it is rightfully so. Manchester dropping points is definitely, you know, an open door for them to come in and, you know, do something and hopefully maybe, you know, reach that title.
Yeah, and like I think everyone will have that date marked down. April 9th is the actual game between Manchester City and Liverpool, and that literally could be the title decider right there. I mean, the gap is literally 3 points.
Give and take, you know, Liverpool have the harder, you would say, the harder set of fixtures to run into, but Manchester City, you know, they don't have a good record of killing off the small teams. Some of the small teams
they
pressure
tend
them.
to drop a lot of points.
And speaking of, like you mentioned before, Josh, it all boils down, straight down, might be to that last game.
Definitely. And it's something that I think the last time we had a really good title race was, I believe, Manchester City and Manchester United. That wonderful Aguero goal that broke a lot of United hearts. And it could literally come down. And like I was talking to you guys before the show,
I don't know where you're getting your facts from.
What facts? You don't remember that iconic Aguero?
Yeah. But what about when basically when Hazard took the title from Tottenham?
Has who?
When title
From who? Tottenham was never near no title, bro. What are you doing?
Bro, he took the title from Tottenham to give to Leicester City. That has to be the most memorable Premier League title race.
Rest down. Pardon.
We can maybe have a vote, but that Aguero.
2001?
That Aguero.
No, odds, yes, but I'm talking about final day, last matchup. Leicester City won the
Aguero.
Leicester City won the league with how much games to spare? It wasn't on the last day. That's what I'm talking about. Last day title winning games.
Manchester United was celebrating in their stadium.
Yeah.
And then they have to.
Don't remind me. I was in church and I was streaming the game, but don't remind me.
This was Fergie's last signing.
I don't want to even talk about that.
You, bro.
But like I said, one thing, as I said, that I was talking about, Manchester City on the last day, they face Aston Villa. Guess who's coaching Aston Villa at this point in time? Stevie G. Hopefully he still will be coaching. I mean, I doubt he'll get the sack, even though their form isn't all that right now.
They have another little player inside there who would fight for them on the field as well.
It's possible.
So guys, as we said, there is a title race going on, Manchester City and Liverpool. And Liverpool had 1 game in hand, 3 points behind Manchester City. So it literally may come down to April 9th. So mark that game in your calendar. So we're going to take a short break. When we come back, Manchester United in action versus Leeds. We'll have to talk about that game and more.
You're watching ACTN, The Voice. Connect with ACTN The Voice on Facebook or Instagram at ACTN The Voice.
ACTN The Voice, your family-friendly station.
Welcome back to Football 101. So guys, let's talk Manchester United versus Leeds, a game that a really big rivalry. Leeds fans have been waiting for close to 20 years for Manchester to come back to the stadium to play. Final score in this one, 4-2, but typical United again. You know, last season when United used to play, they had this comeback in the second half. They would play tough in the first half, but the second half United was like real toppers. It's the total
That was
opposite
when
this
Ole
season.
was at the wheel.
Yeah, I know.
But
No, United come out with a good first half, but it's almost guaranteed. At the start of the second half, they play Tata. Same thing, 2-0, leading in the first half. Second half starts, within 2 minutes, Leeds score 2 goals. The scoreline is 2-all.
Exactly.
But it's facts, though. It's facts. How much times you go see this? Honestly, I just want to know, like, what Ragnar just be talking to them. Like, I would love to hear that halftime conversation
They
because
go
they
there
come out
and if they go in
different.
for a draw,
They what?
try to get the win. If they go in for a draw, or if they go in for a loss, try to get the draw.
We don't need that draw. We need the 3 points.
And that's worrying going forward. Because
Yeah, it is.
This is Leeds, not taking anything away from them, but you need to do better than that. Because when you face tougher opposition,
Yeah, they're a mid-table club.
But
they're not
I
supposed
mean,
to be.
give
Oh,
and
so
take,
they're talking United was a mid-table club.
But y'all are still a mid-table club, but I mean, others still have better players.
give and take
Yeah.
the stadium, the fans, the waterlogged pitch, the
Yeah, the
mistakes,
conditions was
different things.
wow.
Different things. You could say that this was a good 3 points away
so you're
from
saying
home.
that if it was a good pitch, Man U may not have won?
Exactly. So that's why they should take the win and be
You see that
happy.
goal Rodrigo scored. That was
I think you need 3 points. One other thing, we finally scored from a corner. It's the 139 corners passed and we did not score. So Harry Maguire on the score sheet with a really nice slide when he scored that goal.
He's still sliding on.
Yeah, but
You think he said "see" when he was like,
I don't think so. But like I said, United seesaw form just continues again. We saw the likes of Fred coming on in the second half.
Friend, bro.
Super sub.
He needs to start every game.
Wow.
Every game.
Wow.
I believe so.
Yeah.
A petition for Fred to start every
Joshua, your
game.
thoughts?
You got it.
I was actually glad for
This
him
Fred's
not
biggest fan, eh?
starting. No, honestly, when I saw Ragnar taking off Pogba, taking off Lingard, I'm like, dude, what are you doing bringing on Fred in a game like this? But like I always say, Fred will give you a great performance every 6 games, and this was one of their performances. Yeah.
But I think it's good that Ragnick takes off these persons with the egos.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to take Pogba off. You
But
said
he's not really doing nothing much.
yeah, so that's
He's not
it.
impacting
So
the game.
he
No,
he's
but I
sending
would
a
say
message.
I would say Pogba.
If you're
You think
not
of-
playing, you're going to sit.
But the thing about Pogba though, Pogba is just like Ronaldo. He could change a game like that. He might
Agreed.
not have
Maybe not.
he had some really good touches in this game, you
I'm
know.
not saying
He
no.
had a good first half.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying no,
For sure,
but
he
at the end of
dominated
day,
the
consistency is
yeah,
there.
I don't know if it's a matter of the consistency, but more like, you know, the zeal, you know, it's like literally what where do you go? I mean, your team.
What is he playing for?
Yeah, when they were at level, you know, and it kind of just fall asleep.
Yeah, but you take off Pogba and you bring on who? Now, I know
Goal
people
scorer,
say,
Fred,
well, you
bro.
super,
Goal
yeah.
scorer, you brought on
Although I will say the keeper, the goals that scored, they were real close on him. I find maybe his reaction time was a little.
And it was a lovely assist by Jadon Sancho for the
Yeah,
goal.
finally seeing some
For 80
consistent
million
form.
euros, it's about time.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, well, it takes some time to get accustomed to the Premier League, you know.
You all should be doing
Yeah,
way
you
better. than
need
that.
players to hit the ground running. You have to be results oriented.
Yeah,
You know?
definitely. But,
But
3
it's
points.
a positive.
Yeah, definitely.
Man,
I think so. I mean, that's the thing with this top four is you really can't tell because it looks like nobody really wants it. I mean, nobody saw the Tottenham victory. A game versus Leeds, people would have obviously thought United could have easily drawn this game again, like they did before. But 3 points in the bag, and we're staying in the race.
for sure.
Yeah. So great matchup there between Manchester United and Leeds. Final score in that one, 4-2. One thing I just wanted to mention, though, we saw CR7 didn't really have much of a good game. His form has been off of recent. He was subbed off in this game, coming on to the latter part, but at least we did not see any tantrums.
I think what we're seeing, honestly, I mean, you can't be on the top forever at the end of the day. You know, we're seeing somebody who is heading to the twilight of their career, or I would say in the twilight of their career. You know, definitely it's sad to see, but all good players eventually stop being good players.
Maybe if he wanted Manchester United to win, he would have signed Manchester City in the beginning of the season.
And sabotage them.
But I think Ronaldo may have a bigger impact coming off the bench.
Yeah, but that's not
change
gonna
the game
happen.
now.
Yeah.
You can't not start Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I know, but he has to realize.
I'm pretty sure that in his clause. That's in
But,
his
but,
contract.
but would you take him off before the 90th minute in a big game?
I'll take him off on
Well,
Brentford.
in this game we were already leading 4-2. They brought on Varane, so I understood the tactical change in this one.
I mean,
but
it would really depend too, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, you're gonna want somebody who's gonna come in at the same time while, you know, Ronaldo brings the big game experience. At the same time, you're gonna want somebody who's gonna electrify the side to actually do more. You know, he don't have the legs to do what he used to do anymore.
But you know, something else is just random. Ronaldo used to command this attention wherever he goes.
Right now, we
I don't
always
sense that
develop
anymore.
Ronaldo.
right.
I don't sense it anymore.
Because he doesn't
So you
want the
think-
ball as much in those positions. He,
Because he
he
can't do much
basically
with
wants.
it. Again,
Yeah, but do you
And
think?
even if he had like a couple open goals, open looks for the year.
In which he did.
But we have to understand that happy Ronaldo in whatever that means to Ronaldo.
Was he
And
not
not,
happy at Real Madrid?
not
Yeah, but-
necessarily the
But with the
team.
salary you're getting,
Right.
happy or not
Happy on- happy
if
on the
I'm not
pitch.
happy, I have to go to work.
we have to pay Ronaldo.
But happy on the pitch is a difference when the player is happy on the pitch.
Yeah, but
So-
that's the problem. They need to be doing their job.
I think the whole thing with United is that Ronaldo is at a certain, and this is not just because I'm a fan and it's not fanboy Ronaldo talking here. No, honestly, Ronaldo literally is at a different level when it comes to excellence in football. They had an article recently on Sunday. He came in to training 2 hours before the entire team and left after. Like, you can't tell me you're 18-year-old Ilanga or Rashford and a 37-year-old guy training.
He has to be doing that to continue to
No,
play.
no,
I mean,
No,
his
that's
mentality.
different.
He has
That's
always
different,
been
yeah.
Exactly, and
But I know, but that's
the
what I'm
reason
saying.
why-
But he has to be doing that. I mean, before that was his mentality, but now it has to be done because he can't continue to play the level that he's playing with. Bro, he's playing with 20-something-year-olds at the end of the day, and he is literally. In
I am
basically
sure
his
he
old
would
age.
be more fit than
Yeah.
each player on that team if they were to
I am
test
not
him.
doubting that at all, but what I'm saying is that the older you get, the more work it becomes. It becomes work. It
Yes.
does not come easy to you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Point taken,
And I
yeah.
think even Lionel Messi is seen that as well as it pertains
Correct,
to his time in PSG. But just want to mention some other score lines. In the fourth place run-ins, Arsenal versus Brentford, 2-1 victory. Smith Rowe sacked on the score sheet. Wolves versus Leicester. Wolves came away victors by 2-0 in that one. West Ham dropped points against Newcastle and Crystal Palace. Well, we could make a little mention about Chelsea, a 1-0 victory for Crystal Palace. Not much to talk about in the game, but
I believe it was a deserved victory, but at the end of the day, it's
There's
just-
enough. There's how much
Listen.
touches Lukaku got.
Listen.
There's how much touches Lukaku
Bro,
got. That's all they
that
get.
was
Seven words? That was
Yeah.
7 words?
7 syllables there.
Seven
What is
syllables.
it, right? Lukaku is proven, and I always thought that at the end of the day, while he is a prolific striker, he's not suited to.
So next game he'll get 8 touches.
No.
Okay.
Listen, right? At the end of the day, you're
One
you
touch,
can
one
fight
goal.
me down all you want, you know.
Next
At the
game
end
is
of the
one
day.
touch, one
Well,
goal.
they can fight me down all they want. The fact of the matter is that how they are winning. The problem is that we are lacking on that.
But it wasn't that 89th
Lethal
minute
finish.
goal that
Yes, he had scored, but the point is that how they are lacking that killer instinct in front. We've always lacked that killer instinct in front, but we've always ended up getting our goals from the wide or from the midfield, which it's just it's sickening to a point because you know you're looking at a team and they're potent. I mean, for God's sakes, they're the Champions League holders. You know, so it's evident
One
that
to
they
know.
have the talent. It doesn't matter. They,
I think we need to get Amal board and every time he says Champions League holder.
I am going to placard until that Champions League trophy is not with us, right? The point is, and I'll say that about 15 more times, the point is,
Well, they need a striker.
we need a striker. And Lukaku is not.
So what are you going to do with Lukaku?
I think that, you know, we had to put him out of pasture at this point. I mean, I'm not trying to say
send him
that
to Tottenham when
Nah.
Kane goes to Man,
Yeah.
Man
Actually,
City.
Or let King go to Chelsea and
I
let
think-
Lukaku go back with Conte.
Bro. Be still my heart.
But yeah, so what will victory for Chelsea in that one? Still in third place, 50 points. Manchester City still on top with 63. Like I mentioned, title race is back on in the Premier League. So that's enough Premier League talk. After the break, we're going to head across to Spain and talk some La Liga. We'll be right back.
You're watching ACTN, The Voice. Connect with ACTN The Voice on Facebook or Instagram at ACTN The Voice.
ACTN The Voice, your family-friendly station.
Hi guys, welcome back to Football 101. So like I said before the break, we're going to be talking some La Liga. So Nikolai, what went on in La Liga with the league leaders this past weekend?
Well, Josh, they had an easy win, an easy 3-goal win.
Sure, it was easy. I heard some rumors that the first half was a bit shaky, you know.
Well, I mean, it's
I heard
Real.
some booing and stuff when they were coming off the field.
It's Real this season, basically. You never know what you get until the end of the game. And at the end of the game, they walked away with 3 goals and 3 points. Their 2 main strikers have their goals, Vinicius and Benzema once more, and Asensio getting in the score sheet again.
And a really nice build-up play for, I think it was the second goal.
Yeah, and Asensio goal was also brilliant. So kudos to them doing their thing once more, getting the 3 points, and basically steadying the ship on top La Liga.
Can we just saw that Benzema is a vampire? Like, what? Something wrong. Because that man, he getting better with age, and it seems like there's no slowing him down. Like, the man is consistency at its finest.
Exactly, and you would never tell that before the midweek game against you would never tell that before the midweek game against PSG he was out injured. So he came back for the PSG game and then now he played this
And that was a
weekend.
chance they was taking there.
Exactly. So basically this is his first
Man is
real
a
game
vampire,
fit.
boy.
So he have a
So
tape.
what do you think that Real has what it takes to actually go all the way? Because we know what the lead is, I believe, 6 points.
Yeah, it's 6 points over Sevilla, and I don't even need to know where the rest of the guys are.
Right.
These title challengers.
Yeah, but Real is like second half shaky usually. I mean, they tend to kind of drop points.
It's all a matter of where they go with their season, how well they take it. Should they go on to win the match against PSG and push on their season, or if they crash out, would they just solely focus, or would they just crash out mentally for everything? So it's up to them. Teams are catching the form behind, trying to close the gap. It's closing ever so often because Real Madrid draw a couple games for the year.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird to see like Betis and Sevilla in the top 4 of La Liga.
Yeah. So, I mean, but kudos to them though. They are playing some beautiful football. They're still in Europa League. I had to pick up the Europa League now. But yeah. So, yeah.
Well, that begs the question, Nikolai. I mean, so we're looking at it. I mean, as Josh said, we've seen where teams in the league, reaching where they would usually be. I mean, like, what does that speak for the bolstering of the squads, or is it that La Liga is becoming more competitive, or what would you say?
It's a mixture of the both. You have the teams like Sevilla and Betis who are doing things over the last couple of seasons, making good buys. They have good players. They have a good squad, coaches, everybody coming in, working in together and building a team. But you also have to ride luck sometimes, and sometimes that's the way how seasons go. The top teams will have cycles.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, look at Atletico.
Exactly.
Seems like they're dropping the ball right now. Simeone,
Exactly.
you think he's in his pilot right now?
Because when we could move on to the Atletico game as well, Simeone, his results going here and there, you would think that this season was the season for him to go on and take the title.
Maybe his tactics just not working anymore. It's just, I mean, it gets stagnated after a while.
That could be, or is it that he has too much attacking players on his hand? Usually he likes some more defensive side.
Yeah.
This side has a lot of attacking promise to it.
Griezmann proven not really to be like what he once was,
Kudos to Suarez for an amazing start from almost half line this weekend. Wonderful goal from him, but that's where the goals come from for Simeone. Late wins, horrible defeats.
Yeah, and then they'll face United this weekend, this coming week. Like,
so for instance, with Atletico, an example of how their season is going. Midweek last week, they lost against the bottom of the league table, 3-0. Then they come this weekend, they win 3-0, and then they have Champions League this weekend. So, which you never know, a certain someone side might be challenged. You never know what Atletico side you might face.
Walk in the park.
For United. But then we cannot leave out Barcelona. Like, 4-1 winners over Valencia, and sitting Aubameyang on the score sheet. Not only once, not twice. Wait, was it did he get a hat-trick or was it a brace?
It was a hat-trick. They gave the goal to Aubameyang, but
most of the things I was seeing that was
the golden boys pull out something out of the magic hat again, and it just ricocheted off of Aubameyang's back. But wouldn't even say ricocheted, it tips, you should say. But kudos to Aubameyang because he created a lot, and not only in this game, in the game throughout his performances thus far, especially in the Napoli game. So he created a lot of chances. So I'm glad for him to actually come here and you know, he came across from the Prem and, you know, showing his worth now in La Liga and for Barca, showing that, you know, he can actually do things on this side and Arteta was probably wrong about him.
So as a Barcelona fan, are you content with what Xavi is doing with the team at this point in
I'm
time?
not just content. I was moving from the stagnant football of what Koeman was playing to basically now seeing the identity come back. Seeing the fluidity within the team, the one-touch football, the tiki-taka movement. And even if you're not seeing it and we have the defensive problems in the back, it's basically what we know as Barca fans from before.
Right.
We are always going to concede if we don't have a good defense, but it's about creating 4, 5, 6 chances and putting the majority of them behind the goal and you come out winners.
I know at the start of not at the start of the season, but a few months prior, we were even talking the fact that Barcelona may not even finish in top 4. They're in 4th place now, so you think it's safe to say that 4th place is solidified and Champions League will be there next season?
I would want to say that yes. That you know, with how the side is operating and the chemistry within the team, the unity within the team that is building under Xavi is a lot of promise within it. You could see that how they're moving forward, they're moving in the right direction. That is, they have a lot more points gathered from under Koeman, under Xavi than under Koeman.
Right.
So that goes to show that it comes on the field too, on the results and the football. So as Barca fans, a lot of them happy out there, a lot of us are happy out there seeing not only the results, but the way they go about winning the game.
Yeah, but you think that like Xavi is a permanent solution?
Yeah.
You think that he's
Once he
cemented
brings,
himself?
once he
For
brings
sure,
the results,
for sure, because
I think that was the plan, yeah.
Results at the end of the day, but I mean, do you think that? I mean, he's been in the style of play that you're talking about. You know, he knows what is expected of a Barca
it's not only that, it's the players that he has in and around, and the group of players, the age group of the players, you should say as well, and the quality of the talent that there is. You talk about the Gavi, you talk about the Nico, the Pedris, the Ferrans, you know, the Ansu Fati who's out, and you know, he's such a great talent that when he comes in, and it's about building the team. And when you look at the bigger picture in terms of the Spanish national team, a good couple of those players on that Barca side will be playing with Enrique on the national team.
So the
it's a big it's a bigger picture that
So
you're looking
Barcelona
at.
is taking over the entire world,
Well,
basically.
I mean, they're taking over the entire Spain because there's no Real Madrid players for the last couple of years now since
I wonder
Enrique
why,
did.
though. I wonder why.
So, I mean, it could be a bigger conspiracy theory behind that, but at the end of the day, you could see the La Masia squad doing it.
So as a Barcelona fan, would you prefer winning the Europa League or finishing second in La Liga?
When the Europa League is back.
I mean, if it was finishing 4th and you win in Europa, no problem. I would go with just making sure you qualify for Champions League. But if we're going for 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, and you could rally in between there, then I'd say go for Europa if it does not jeopardize falling out of the top 4.
Right.
I mean, if you're going for the title and you come,
I know, yeah, but I know that's not happening this year.
Within sniffing distance of Real, give and take their woes if they manage it. Then that's a different ball game.
Yeah, winning Europa means automatic qualification, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Do you know what this is?
A cup.
If you all don't win Europa, you could hold this. This is the only cup you all are going to hold this season. So I really hope you all win something this season.
Man.
But
Xavi have silverware to wear. So even if I get punked now, I will remember this moment for the moment that I hold the one season I went without a cup.
But I want to say that I do admire the fairly quick turnaround you're seeing in the way Barcelona are playing life after Messi. I mean, yes, I have to bring up Milan. They took over 10 years.
You have to.
Yes. To kind of get back into some competitive level, but within a season, Barcelona have seemingly found a solution.
And it's not only that, it's the type of players that they let out, the wage bill that they cleared, all these different things that went on behind the scenes, and not just only on the field. You talk about the Coutinho's leaving on loan, the Griezmann out, the other players that were just building a bank that they kind of like shredded out or at least cut wages on and dealt with that on the opposite side of the field. So that's where it says it's Messi un club, more than just a club on the field. Some club
How long
money.
you request that?
Spell that.
It's on my head.
Hey,
Yeah.
Google translate.
But as our Jeremy mentioned, AC Milan, there's a really big title race going on in Serie A. Probably the best of title race going on as it pertains to the closeness of the top 4 teams at this point in time. So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to be heading across to Serie A to talk all things Serie A.
You're watching ACTN, The Voice. Connect with ACTN The Voice on Facebook or Instagram at ACTN The Voice.
ACTN The Voice, your family-friendly station.
Welcome back to Football 101, guys. So as I said before, we're going to be talking Serie A now. Jeremy, a really interesting title race is going on in Italy at this point in time. Only, 2 points separating first versus second, Inter with a game in hand. But a lot of draws this weekend and some upsets as well.
Yeah, definitely. When we look at it, Milan played the last place team on the table.
So that was supposed to be 3 points.
That was supposed to be 3 points. That was disappointing. I know Pioli gave them a week off after some good performances. I think maybe they just had a slow restart, you know, and the keeper, quite uncharacteristically, he had some defensive blunders that really cost Milan in the end.
But a good thing is that the team that they played went unbeaten in 4 matches for 2022. So that means their season.
Good thing.
That means this season. That means this season that they basically showing a better form than last season, because last season I think they ended with 4 straight defeats. So that shows that they changed, and they changed right when they had to go and face the league.
Yeah.
But
Since when you follow Sassuolo? Since when you follow Sassuolo?
Since
Since you Google that 2 minutes ago.
no, but Salernitana, or whatever you call them, they really took the game to Milan. I must say that. These smaller teams, I think they learned from the Premier League, because I would say even the because this guy despises Syria. I just see him on the road league.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
But then Inter Milan, they were in action versus Sassuolo. They lost that game by 2-0. AC Milan, like you mentioned, they're still on top. But Napoli, they had the late game, obviously, and they had the opportunity to gain points, but finishing a draw as well in that game.
yeah, again, Napoli disappointing. It's good for a Milan fan to hear it though.
Yeah.
But the way they played, I think Cagliari took the game to them.
Yeah.
And they played attacking football. I'm noticing a lot more of these lower table teams are now not sitting back and taking pressure, but they're giving the pressure early on. And when they score the goal, it's hard for the bigger teams because you just sit back and defend.
when you see Napoli get run over by a small team midweek, you think that the small team's not a good thing. I switch it. I beat it up more one side, no, I don't want another side.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that small team, maybe she had scored more goals in that game, though.
Yeah.
So Juventus and all too, like
Juventus,
dropping
again,
points.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say again.
Yeah.
Syria just disappointing.
Overall,
But the table is very interesting.
definitely.
And I think it's more interesting than La Liga right now, or even Bundesliga, Farmers League. Might I say the Premier League? But it's just a lot more people look at the Premier League now.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have a title race in the Premier League at this point in time, but not as close as this. So, Jeremy, let me know your thoughts as it pertains to this title race. I know your heart might say it's Milan. They are on top, but as we said, Inter Milan, 1 game. They have a game in hand, and they're just 2 points behind. So with that game in hand, if they get a win, they'll be on top of the table. Do you think Milan has what it takes to win this Scudetto?
Yeah, I think they do. Honestly, if they stay fit.
Right.
If Inter has the depth. So if AC Milan loses any of their main players, it's game over.
That was the game
That's
week
okay.
off, I think.
Zlatan coming back soon. So he working on that same fitness recently in a couple of videos. So,
but,
you know.
but he could only carry them so far.
But I think one thing is good to say. It's really nice to see the Milan teams back on top. You know, first and second
Yeah,
in
it's been
Serie A. They're in Europe as well. So
To be
it's
honest, I didn't know what was going on in Syria since then.
Yeah, no, you see, that's it. A lot of people knew it was just Juventus.
Yeah.
It was just Juventus. Really, people were talking about, and it's really good to see. Well, for me, I'm not a bandwagonist like some people here.
yeah. But even as you mentioned, even as you mentioned, the gap from 4th to 8th. Juventus, they're in 4th place with 47 points. Roma in 8th place with 41 points. So your boy Jose could still, you know, carry his team up and finish 4th.
If you don't get sent off.
He can still win the title.
Yeah.
So it's just 6 points separating. What is it? 4th from 8th place. So that is certainly heating up. Who do you guys think? I mean, you don't really look at those teams, but let me tell you.
I
who
will
you have.
try, Jeremy.
You have,
All I can promise to do is
you
try.
have Juventus, Atalanta,
I don't scare me.
Lazio, Fiorentina, and Roma. All fighting for 4th place, and 6 points separate them. Realistically, I think Roma is not going to finish in top 4 given their inconsistencies. But Syria has become more competitive as a result.
Yeah.
And I think it will only continue to improve. And we are going to see some more competition from the Italian sides in Europe eventually.
Yeah, I'd say Juve would be top 4. They would just sneak in there just because, you know, name, status, and just being in the Champions League. And I'd put AC to win because I feel as though this squad, this is the best bet they had over the last couple of years to go on in the latter stages to claim the title. And I think, you know, the dressing room, especially with the likes of Zlatan and those other guys, just motivating them to guide them, to show them, okay, well, this is the next step because they've done everything thus far. Now it's just to go on and win the title.
Yeah, definitely. So I think it's safe to say that it's AC Milan's Serie A title to lose.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, well, guys, we've come to the end of another episode of Football 101 right here on ACTN The Voice. Don't forget, we're back here on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. a new time. So you have 2 editions of Football 101 where you can see all of these. I would have said handsome faces, but y'all could be the judge of that in your own ways. But yeah, 9 p.m. on Thursday night, we're going to be talking all things Champions League, and then we'll be back here following Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's easy to remember, every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Only one place to be. So guys, thanks so much for being a part of the show. This has been Football 101, where we bring the field directly to your home.
Peace.